Dune Awakening has its massive 1.1.2 patch coming out this week, which is meant to be bringing in a whole boatload of changes into the game. If you're curious about exactly what's coming, be sure to check out the previous video I made where we broke down most of what's coming. And I say most of what's coming because it's an absolute ridiculous amount of bug fixes, changes, balance adjustments, even as far as bringing titanium and stravidium nodes all over the safe zone of the deep desert. There's a lot that we were expecting to come out, and we were actually expecting this patch to be launching today or tonight or within the next 20 hours with the August 12th patch. However, we've got some news to break down today. This should be a fairly quick one, but there are some implications to this that I'm curious about your guys' reaction to in the comments. Be sure to let me know how you guys are feeling about this down in the comments, but let's go ahead and move on into exactly what they said. They say here that they have a few extra things that they want to get into this patch, and they're currently expecting that it's going to arrive on Wednesday, August 13th, or Thursday, August 14th. They'll confirm a date as soon as they know. So they don't even technically know when this massive patch is going to be coming out. This thing includes changes to the Pentashield box bases that are all over the place. Those are no longer going to be completely unraidable and completely invulnerable inside of the deep desert. It's also going to be changing things like Crippling Strike, which is draining twice the amount of stamina that it should be in certain scenarios. We've also got a lot of adjustments coming in for the Ornithopters. So needless to say, I was highly anticipating this update, and the fact that it's getting a little bit delayed kind of sucks and also has some implications to it. For example, we were expecting the titanium and the stravidium nodes to be literally scattered all over the deep desert. I'm talking as far south as the A sector of the deep desert. We're talking behind the shield wall or whatever they call it. They were meant to be putting titanium and stravidium all up and down that. This is a bit of a controversial update in my opinion. They're taking yet another reason to enter the PvP zone away. However, since me and my guild recently live on stream, those happen on Twitch as well as YouTube. I'll have a link to the Twitch down in the description. If you're interested, be sure to stop by. But we re-rolled onto the Harmony server, and this titanium and stravidium update sucks because of what it's going to do to PvP, but it's also going to help us as a guild catch up to that server because we are a couple weeks behind. So basically picture us trying to farm out some titanium and stravidium on the islands inside of tier 5 ornithopters, and kind of picture how well you think that's going when everybody else has ancient ways and tier 6 ornithopters out the wazoo, right? It's entirely possible that the titanium and stravidium nodes being expanded is still something that makes its way into the game without the patch coming into the game, right? This very well may happen regardless of the patch coming on the 12th or not. Because if you guys don't know, over here on NA, we're about, like 15 or so hours until the reset. Asia's actually about to get reset, and that's when we'll know for sure if the nodes actually have been moved south inside of this update. But like I said, this whole thing getting delayed does kind of throw a wrench in the wheels of several plans that people might have had going, especially for us. However, it's not that big of a deal, especially if they're talking about a Wednesday or Thursday patch. However, we all know how these midweek patches go inside of Dune Awakening. We could very well be looking at another D6 debacle here, where bases that were previously inside of a PvE zone are now going to be shifted into a PvP zone and become completely raidable. Honestly, they basically stopped pushing out these midweek updates for that reason specifically. They've recently been tying the updates to the deep desert reset, so I'm a bit surprised to see this here. A lot of people are speculating and complaining that this is going to mean that there's going to be no deep desert changes node-wise until the following week. So even if the patch makes it in, they might not actually change anything in the deep desert in regards to the nodes until the following reset. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. But realistically, that's all I wanted to break down today, is to let you guys know that you can expect a delay for this big, massive patch that's coming in the game. Again, be sure to check out the video that I made breaking down the patch notes. Also, let me know down in the comments which of the changes you guys were most excited to see. But other than that, I hope you guys all have an amazing day. I'm out.